Hi, well you join me again practicing and you'll see now I've got a 50-yard shot and it's into our 13th at Woking. And I'm just hitting the same shot repeatedly over and over again to exactly 50 yards. And this is the sort of tip I wanted to share with you really, because when you're practicing it's too easy to fall into the trap of trying to do it by numbers and try and do everything technically. And I just want you to get used to feeling shots. So I'm just getting practice here from 50 yards continually. So I know what a 50-yard shot feels like time after time after time. It then means that if I go out on the course and I have a 42-yard shot or a 61-yard shot, I at least have a reference as to what a 50-yard shot feels like. So I practice this shot an awful lot with different clubs, my lob wedge, my sand wedge, my gap wedge, and I'll have a feel of what 50 yards feels like and then can gauge from there. It's either a bit more than that or a bit less than that, depending on what the yardage is. A lot of people at this point will go, when they get a shorter shot than a full shot, will go into some sort of thoughts about, well, I need to shorten my swing, I need to do, and they begin to start thinking about what's happening behind them instead of the target in front of them. So I'm the type of person who likes to keep my swing relatively long and flowing, and I'll just control the speed of the club head through feel. You might be the sort of person who does like to shorten their swing, but it doesn't really matter at this point what your technique is. I just want to encourage you to practice the same distance over and over and over again until it's a feeling that you can repeat, because in golf, as you know, we only get one go at it. So this is my sand wedge. And I like to have a nice flowing golf swing, even on these short shots, and just float it in. Sometimes it's a bit long, sometimes it's a bit short, sometimes it's about right. And if I wanted now to hit it 60, 65 yards, I know that it's that plus a little bit more, so I can just push this one to the back of the green, because I've got a feel for it. There we are, right on the back edge. And then if I also wanted to hit this 40 yards instead of 50, I'll know roughly that that's a shorter shot. 42. So it just gives me a frame of reference, knowing what 50 yards feels like, that I can instantly draw on to go a bit shorter and a bit longer. So use your practice wisely. Don't get tied down in technique too much. Really think about your feel, because that's what you can rely on under pressure, how it feels to you. You won't be able to rely on going back to textbook technique when you've only got one go under pressure. I promise you that's true. So give it a go and see how you get on.